This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to Investment Perspectives, everybody. I'm Brad Kimes. You can follow me at Twitter at Backup Bradley up above, and all the information that we're talking about here. This is a video that I did some time ago, and this was from my video called Is Cash Still King?, which was a congressional hearing that had the likes of executives from PayPal attending. Now, I want to play this two clips, and I've played these clips before, but believe me, I'm going to set this up for some news that came out today, and I'm just excited to be able to get to it. But we need to set these two little quick pieces of the clips of this previous video and then get to the new news. I think you're going to like it a lot. All right, so here we go. This is the congressional hearing, Is Cash Still King? Let's hear the response in the exchange rate here to set this first clip.
You also mentioned, Mr. Ahmed, we have 50 seconds, AML BSA compliance. As we transition, or potentially, hopefully transition to more of a blockchain system, that's one concern that everybody raises. Can you just provide your perspective on that? Is that a tech challenge? Is that a regulatory challenge? How can we be comfortable in that world?
Listen, I think, as we heard, there are technological solutions to be able to track, transactions even with cryptography, depending on the type of cryptography, and it's quite a prism and quite a range, depending on what the solution is that's being offered. And then there's a regulatory challenge of how do you actually go after the types of things that you're worried about, but ensure that legitimate transactions are getting through. So I think it's probably a little bit of both.
Okay, so there's the clip that sets it up, talking about the regulatory challenges, the congressman acknowledging that we're moving to this blockchain system, which is pretty remarkable in itself. Now, let me just set up the second clip, and then let's get to the current news of the day. Now, for those of you that do not know or not remember, this gentleman that they're talking to in Congress is Mr. Ahmed, and Mr. Ahmed is from PayPal, and that is going to become very important here in just a second.
Bank XRP.
Let's hear this.
To this next
and shout out to Bank
right
XRP
here.
for the original clip here.
Listen to this.
No comment on that?
I would just note that, for the kind of core banking architecture, I think there would probably be some changes needed in terms of the Federal Reserve System. But for, smaller valuation or smaller amount payments, I think you already are seeing some blockchain-based systems being created that enable the movement of money. So I think there are examples out there. We talk about XRP or others that kind of offer this.
XRP. So he nails it. So that is Mr. Ahmed from PayPal talking about XRP being a solution for low value, high frequency payments. Now that's pretty remarkable because that's exactly what we heard not long ago from Ashish Burla and Brad Garlinghouse and others at Ripple about the new narrative, which really isn't new now, is it? Okay, now here's another fun thing that we're going to take a look at, which is the news of today. Let's get to this. PayPal and Venmo, which is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, owned by PayPal, to roll out crypto buying and selling. 325 million users on those particular apps. All right, so let's get into this thing. Currently, PayPal, and by the way, the piece that I played you about XRP moving low-value, high-frequency payments, that was about dealing with low-value payments. This is another question I'm going to bring to these clips that we just watched. Currently, PayPal can be used as an alternative means for withdrawing funds from exchanges such as Coinbase, but this would be a first-term offering direct sales of crypto. My understanding is that they are going to allow buys and sells of crypto directly from PayPal and Venmo. A well-placed industry source told CoinDesk. They are going to have some sort of built-in wallet functionality so you can store it there. It is unclear which or how many cryptocurrencies would be available. The industry source said that they expected PayPal would be working with multiple exchanges to source liquidity. A second source confirmed that PayPal is looking to offer buy and selling of crypto and said the service could be expected in the next 3 months, maybe sooner. PayPal declined to comment on the plans, I bet. San Francisco-based crypto exchange Coinbase and Luxembourg-based Bitstamp were mentioned as likely contenders by the sources. Both Coinbase and Bitstamp declined to comment. It's worth noting, that PayPal has a long-standing relationship with Coinbase. Going back as early as 2016 and 2018, Coinbase made instant fiat withdrawals to PayPal available for U.S. customers last year. European Coinbase users could withdraw to their PayPal accounts, followed by users in Canada. Meanwhile, fintech apps that offer crypto are making money. Square, the payments unicorn launched by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, rolled out Bitcoin purchases in its Cash App in mid-2018. Cash App reported $306 million in Bitcoin revenue in its most recent earnings report. London-based Revolut, which began offering crypto to users in 2017, partners with Bitstamp, raised $500 million in February, valuing the platform at $5.5 billion. Robinhood, the fintech app thought to be fueling the recent retail boom in equities day trading, first offered crypto in 2018 of February. Crypto is increasingly seen as an obvious way to bolster user numbers on fintech apps and create new revenue streams. Indeed, PayPal, Dan Schulman, CEO, said has made it clear his plan this year is to aggressively monetize Venmo, which has over 52 million accounts. Wow. I have to tell you, this is pretty remarkable. Now, the reason I played the clip earlier about XRP being something that PayPal cited as something they could take advantage of for their business model for low value payments. If in fact these sources are accurate and they are about to offer cryptocurrencies on Venmo and PayPal for buying and selling directly, knowing that we just had the Pay ID launched, and by the way, that trademark, if you haven't seen it already, is held by Ripple Labs. This is the SEC site right here, Securities Exchange Commission, and it shows the Pay ID trademark held by Ripple was filed on June 17th. So, if in fact we are going to see cryptocurrencies offered on something like PayPal and Venmo directly for buying and selling, I have to begin to wonder, with the launch of Pay ID, the ability there is to meet all the compliance issues internationally, right, as well as domestically for anybody, between banks, exchanges, payment providers. Will XRP become the base currency for all of these transactions? Because we know it is the most compliant token on the market. It really is. I mean, that is without question, I do believe at this point. So things are really, really getting interesting here. Knowing that also, let's say PayPal interfaces with Pay ID. Well, Pay ID is backed by Ripple, and it settles with XRP, where applicable, I'm sure. So, again, this is sources say, two sources are saying, but it just makes sense. And when you think about the earlier clips that I played of Mr. Ahmed in the congressional hearing being an advocate for using XRP just for low value payments alone, I don't think it's a far leap to say that you could see this this happen with cryptocurrency with the payment apps. I mean, it just makes sense. And then you have to wonder to what depth they would be involved with XRP. Would it just be a token itself that's offered like Bitcoin and Ethereum and other tokens? or would it have a deeper use for the app and their plans to be able to source liquidity from the exchanges and settlement for a price? So pretty interesting stuff going on. Head on a swivel. You never know. This is crypto, guys. I tell you, this is a remarkable time to be alive and to be watching this space. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.